looking at a new world order? And if we are, what will it look like? Let's cross to Ireland first. Jerry's in Sligo. Jerry, what would you like to say?
What does a so-called New World Order really look like? And more importantly, who's shaping it? Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Now, in today's video, we're crossing over to Ireland, where James O'Brien and an Irish caller team up in one of the most brutally honest takedowns of MAGA foolishness you'll ever hear. Together, they don't just dismantle the movement's empty talking points, they rip apart the bizarre spectacle of Conor McGregor cozying up to Donald Trump in the White House. It's embarrassing, it's reckless, and honestly, it tells you everything about the strange alliance between celebrity bravado and far-right politics. What you're about to watch isn't just entertaining. It's a window into how easily figures like Trump and McGregor try to posture as strongmen, while exposing just how shallow their influence really is. Stick around, because I'll be breaking it all down after the clip.
Well, James, frankly, I think the damage is now, the die is cast.
Yes.
The problem is not Trump, essentially. The problem is the 70-plus million Americans who put Trump there. So even if Trump were gone in 2 weeks' time, for some ridiculous reason, the issue is still there. The Americans have turned inwards and they've closed their face to the world. The ludicrous nonsense about the EU having been formed to upset America, for God's sake. Yes. Anyway, never mind any of that. The facts of the matter are there is going to be a redrawing of a new world order because there has been, and it's been forced upon us by 70-plus million Americans.
I mean, I wonder whether we underestimate the unique nature of Trump's diabolical genius. You know, I watched J.D. Vance lying and talking gibberish, and I don't worry. I think, yeah, all right, he might bring some people with him, but you can tell that he's a balloon, can't you? You can tell that Captain Eyeliner is not going to be able to whip up aircraft hangars full of people into murderous frenzies before setting them loose upon the seat of his own country's government. Trump is possessed, whether we like it or not, of something quite different, and therefore, sine Trump, perhaps the recalibration begins to reverse. That's the closest I can get to optimism, Jerry, so tread carefully because you tread upon my dreams.
I think you're spot on. He has a unique sort of charisma. Well, I personally wouldn't see it, but
sure.
He does resonate with certain people. I'm sorry to say, and again, I don't wish to be disparaging of the entire American nation. But, I mean,
just as well, Jerry, just as well.
70-plus million of them haven't had the wit.
But what if they
they
voted for cheaper eggs? They voted because they think Michelle Obama is a man. They voted because do you know what I mean? The effort put in.
What does that tell you, James?
I don't know.
What does that tell you?
I don't know.
It tells you that you're dealing with people who, for God's sake, they haven't the wit to find their way through what's going on in their own country.
But hasn't that always been true when dictators arrive in power through democracy? And I don't think it's unique to the United States. It's a human condition, not an American condition.
Oh, I agree with that, but you would never have expected it to land on America, you know, with their approach to things, you know.
You might have Conor McGregor. You might have Conor McGregor running for office over there soon.
Yeah, perish the thought.
Well, and then what do we say without wanting to malign the entire island of Ireland? But what if he managed to secure enough support to make his way into office, into power?
James, I've got 40 quid here in my pocket. No, euros.
Euro, please.
40 euros here in my pocket, which I'm prepared to have with you. McGregor will never see the light of day.
I don't think I'm allowed to take that bet for broadcast regulatory reasons. But let's say metaphorically, I think your money's safe, and you know it. But a quick word actually, while you're here, when he turned up in the Oval Office and almost was posited by Trump as the spokesperson for Ireland, the representative of modern Ireland, how did that make you feel?
Well, I mean, to be honest, buffoonery. I mean, two buffoons sort of wrapping their arms around each other. Trump seems to derive some sort of pleasure at being obnoxious.
Yes.
Look how far I can push you, and look how far I can go with you.
Yes.
The other guy is just a complete cretin. I mean, for God's sake. It would be like trying to apply sensible commentary to watching two roosters in a hen house bashing each other. There's no sense in
it. Jerry, thank you, and thank you for just avoiding the maligning of the entire population of the United States, or even the 70 million that were tempted to vote for Donald Trump.
I've got to say, I absolutely love when callers come in with this kind of raw honesty. And the caller hit on something that I think is crucial. We've got to be careful not to waste too much energy dunking on people who voted for Trump and are now crawling back with buyer's remorse. Because at the end of the day, a lot of those voters were lied to. Flat out manipulated with fear-mongering and propaganda dressed up as truth. They were sold a fantasy that never existed, and some of them are only just waking up to that fact. But here's the harsh reality. Many of them still aren't waking up at all. These are not billionaires, not Wall Street hedge funders, not political elites. They are working-class families, often struggling paycheck to paycheck, and yet they still cling to Trump as if he's their savior. They watched him enrich his wealthy friends in 2016, watched him bend the rules for himself, and fast forward to 2024. They've forgotten all of that. They voted him back in as if none of it happened. That level of willful blindness is staggering. It's baffling. And yes, it's dangerous. And then, of course, we pivot to Conor McGregor. The Irish caller nailed it when he basically laughed off the idea of McGregor ever having political legitimacy in Ireland. He even said he'd put money on it. That's how ridiculous the notion is to people actually living there. Yet across the pond, Trump tried to present McGregor as some sort of ambassador for modern Ireland. Absolute buffoonery. Let's be real. This isn't a statesman. It's a showman with a history so controversial that even YouTube guidelines force me to tread carefully here. The image Trump wanted to project with McGregor wasn't about leadership, it was about spectacle. Two egos colliding, trying to inflate each other's importance while the rest of us just shook our heads at the absurdity of it all. And here's the bigger picture. Look at who Trump gravitates toward. Time and time again, he surrounds himself with people who are constantly knee-deep in scandal, chaos, or outright controversy. Conor McGregor is just the latest example of this pattern. And it raises the obvious question. Why is it that everyone in Trump's orbit seems to come with baggage? Why do they all seem entangled in some form of reckless behavior or shady dealings? It's almost like that chaos is a prerequisite to be in his inner circle. But you know what? Watching callers like this Irish man push back, watching people laugh at the absurdity of it all, it's refreshing. It's proof that the world isn't buying the show anymore. And to all my viewers in the United States, especially those standing strong against Trump, MAGA, and all the noise that comes with it, hear me clearly. You are not alone. From here in the UK, and from so many other places around the world, people see it too. We see the foolishness, we see the buffoonery, and we stand with you in calling it out. That's exactly why this channel exists. To push back against the lies, to shine a light on the truth, and to remind everyone that democracy is worth defending. Because at the end of the day, no one man should ever hold unchecked power, no matter how loudly he demands it. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What do you make of that call? And what do you think of Trump's bizarre alignment with Conor McGregor? While you're there, hit that like button for the algorithm. And if you're new, hit subscribe and join the community. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.